back to my channel. My name is Yetunde. I run a online fashion school and a fashion design studio in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm back again with something. If you're just joining us, welcome to this channel. Today we're going to be talking about that wrap skirt, which is an asymmetric wrap skirt with a little layer. Now on the video, one of my videos, I have how you can do your wrap skirt, but it was an even wrap skirt. That's a symmetry, but asymmetry, these two sides are different, so it's a little bit tricky. So that's what we will be treating today. And we're also talking about the overlap layer on it. The upper part of that dress, I've talked about how you can do the eye neck, and I think in another video I have how you can do the inside too. The side cutouts, one of these days I'll try and do an analysis of the full dress, but I'm concentrated about the skirts in this pattern. I can't do the whole full dress because it will take too much time in one video, so we'll just have it in bits, and then you can go through the channel and put it all together. If you're just subscribing, welcome. If you're just coming for the first time, welcome. If you're if you're a frequent subscriber or you watch our videos regularly, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming back. Give us the thumbs up. Let's know what we're doing right. Drop your comments, give us your likes, and subscribe to the channel. So we're taking the asymmetric wrap dress. You can go through our videos for the symmetric wrap dress. So this is a full skirt. Definitely I have my dart line, so this is what we'll be doing. This skirt part, I can't make all this in the video, so I'll just do I have the eye collar. I've not posted that. I'll post it, the eye collar. I have something about it on my page. I'll try and just make sense of everything as I go in another space. Okay, so but the down part is the asymmetric skirt. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so I have my skirt first, and I'm going to just interpret my dart to the other side. So whatever you have, my dart is 4.25. I'm going to interpret my dart line. I just need the line. Yeah, so whatever you do in your skirt, have your dart line. So for one side of the skirt, the one side of the skirt started from the dart line. Yes, so that's the part. I'm starting with the part on the right, and that's the one that is on top. It started from the dart line. Okay, and so another, the second thing is that the skirt is angled, so we need to go up. You can see that we're not going to go up on the skirt length by 2 inches. Now if your short skirt length, if it's too short and you feel that going up it will make the skirt shorter, add to your skirt length. So that means my skirt length is a 20 for my short skirt, but for this skirt now I wouldn't want this angling to eat into my skirt length, so I'm going to add the 2 inches. Also note that 2 inches is not the static number. You can do 3 inches, you can do 2.5, you can just do whatever you want. So this is my skirt length that I actually made a little longer than my length. So you can make your skirt length 2 inches longer than whatever you want, so that you can now draw that out. So that's the first thing. Okay, that's the second thing. So the first one was I marked my dart line. We're talking about the right side first, the part on the right. So we mark our dart line, and we also mark, now on this other side it did not go up to the dart line. So on the down part, this is the center of our skirt. On the down part, coming, so I want to move this so you can see. So on the down part of the skirt, our dart was 4.25. I'm just going to be going half of that, so that's 2.1. I'm going to mark that line on this edge, 2.1 on this edge. Okay, so that one did not really go deeper. If you look at the skirt, it's close to the center of the skirt, so it's very close to the center of the skirt. So that's all. There's what we call style interpretation. You should be able to interpret size, how far it is, how high it is. Okay, so with that now I will just draw the line, my straight line from the dart to that's my 2.5. okay, now let's see where it ended on my skirt. Is it something that easily I can expose on my body? So that's what we'll see. So let me see what I have. I have 13, okay, so that's the first one. Then we will now link this place back to this 2 inches. So like I said, you can increase it, but don't let it be more than 3, but it can be more than 3. Yeah, depends on how sharp you want your skirt. This is the right side. So for the other side that goes in, it is so obvious that the slant came in to around the dart line, yes, or even a little more than the dart line. So my dart line is definitely 4.25. I'm going to be bringing this to a 5.25. So that means from your dart line I added 1 inch. Also to the same thing I did here, I'm also going to be doing up. Yes, so that means I added 1 to the dart line. I want to start from 5.25. Now before I draw this, I want to confirm something. What I'm confirming is the fact that this to this, by the time I draw it, because if you look at it, the skirt on down part, it came really lower on this down part. So if I draw this to this, where does it end? See where it ends on at the center bodies. So you look at where they collide at the center bodies. Wherever they meet at the center bodies, you're going to look at that. So that part is too high for the skirts because this one came really angled. So we're going to keep pushing this. So we're going to keep pushing this in and out. Okay, so the skirts, so I think we'll end up doing a curve for the inside, because if we go like this, if we even go from the edge to the edge, you can see it's reducing. If we go from the edge to this place, it's reducing, but it doesn't come to this part. Okay, so what we are going to do, the major thing we're about is this part, how it looks. So from the inside of the skirt, we had something like this. So there are 2 ways you can go about it. We had something like this. So from that slant line entering into the skirt, okay, so we had something like this, because it covered the skirts really well. So now what you consider is how high do you want this to open your bodies. That's what we consider. So from here, let's say I just want 4 inches opening. But now don't forget that this is my skirt length I added to it. So for my short skirt, how much do I want to open? Because by the time you are walking, you'll also be opening more. So on this line, I'm going to let my skirt open at 2 inches. I don't know if you saw that. So what I said, if you didn't see that, was if I want to draw 1.5 to 1.5 after the dart line, see where our skirt is meeting in the middle, and that's not what we add on the skirt length. So if we want it to just be exactly what we have, even if I move it forward, it's still not giving us that shape. So that shape came something like this. So I think because we can't see the inside of the inner one of the left side, yeah, so what we can only do is we can alter the pattern to go in like this and back like this, or we can curve it. There are 2 ways. Okay, so what we will do is just how much do we want this skirt to open on this side. So that's why I've left it to just 2 inches up on my skirt length. Don't forget this is addition, so I marked 2 inches. So if you feel you can open maybe 3 inches on your skirt length, dot it. But I want to do 2. So if you look at this shape now, it looks like what we had on the skirt. That's why I said if you can do more, do more. So I'm going to end up giving it a 2.5. So there are 2 ways to it. I can first draw it to the side. This is inside, we didn't see the inside, so we can determine whatever we want to do with the skirt. I can draw it inside and just draw it back to that 5.25 that I have marked, or I can actually just do a curve, straight line and a curve. Yeah, so any which way is fine. We can't see the inside of the skirt, so we just do that curve and it comes like that. So this from here to here is the left side, from here to here is the right side. We are not done. We are now going to just complete this skirt by drawing the line. Okay, so we're going to complete it by drawing the line. So we have drawn the line now, and then we have our skirt. So what we'll be doing for this skirt is that we will be tracing out. We'll trace this on another paper. We'll also trace this on another paper. This is the right side, this is the left side. Now this skirt does not have a dart, so we're going to be doing what we call dart elimination. Okay, so whatever your dart is, so this dart is 0.75. I'm going to just take it out at the side, from both sides, 0.75. And where's my hip curve? So I take my hip curve and I reshape my skirts. So I take my hip curve and I reshape my skirt so that I have eliminated my darts. Okay, so eliminating, that's what we call dart elimination. If you don't need your darts, just calculate your darts and take it out on the side. I'm just going to draw it to my hips. Okay, so with that I can cut this out. So this means you can see my skirt is making more shaping because it now does not have what we call a dart. So this is my dartless skirt. Okay, so the last one that we want to do on the skirt is the overlay. Yeah, so this overlay, which is on the right, which is on this side, is that's from here to here, is what we want to do. So the first one was the overlay started from the middle. So it's starting from the middle, that's the starting point. It ended above the hip line. Okay, so my hip line is 7 inches. I'm going to end it at 6 inches. So I'm talking about the overlay on the skirt now. So it started from the middle of the dress. This is the middle, or a little after the middle, or a little after the middle. So for it to get close to this pattern, I'm just going to, go 1 inch away from the middle, so that it has a close pattern. And this one from 6 inches above the hip line. Okay, so now let's look at where it ended. Obviously for that length, it's ending somewhere after the hip line. Okay, so my hip line is 7 inches. This is my hip line. Yes, okay, let me see so I can see. So I'm starting from here. This is my hip line, 7 inches, right? But the skirt was definitely a little bit longer than the hip line, so I'm going to be stopping it at, let's say, 9 inches. Okay, so from here to 7 is the hip line. I'm bringing it to 9 inches, 2 inches longer than the hip line, and I'll just be drawing it. So if you can see on the skirt, this part was closer to this part, so this is closer, this one has more distance, so that makes more sense. But we can still just go in a little more. So I do that, I draw it. This will also be another fabric. I'm just drafting it on the paper. Okay, so now I'm going to be tracing out 2 different things. This to this is the overlay. This is going to be one pattern from here to here. That's one. Now I'm not using this. I don't want to use this line. I'm going to just use the curve. So this is going to be on the right side over this one. So we have what we're cutting out when we're tracing out now. Number 1, number 2. That's the both overlap each other. And the left side is going to have this to this and this. Okay, so that's just, you'll be tracing it out, or yes, you have to trace out, you can't manipulate. And then say, can we cut them together? You can't cut them. So we are placing this on another paper. I'm not tracing it. You trace out this part on a different paper, trace out this part on a different paper, trace out this part on a different paper. That gives us our bodies. So this is the upper part, I'm going to write, this is the side, this is the side, this is the side. This is the M line. I'm doing all this so that by the time I trace, I will know which is which. So why did I do different hues here? We'll cut this one differently. We'll cut this one differently. So a U representing this one, a up representing this one down, and a up representing this side. Okay. So the M line too for this one, the M line for this one. So you have your asymmetry overlap skirt. So if you learned something from this video, give us a thumbs up, drop your comments, subscribe to the channel, come back for something else. Like I said, I will do the upper parts. I've done the eye collar. Hopefully I'll post it before this. If I've not posted, I'll still post it. Hopefully I would I will just sync the whole upper part in another class. Thank you for watching.